Hey, we continue to ask the experts as we're watching the skies. And as Dave Wall said, we do have some shower activity, a little bit at the Cape, but I'm watching a big weather system that's coming through Tallahassee right now and may affect the peninsula as the day goes on. But you can depend on us. We'll keep our eye on it. You can call the BCN Law Firm right now. This is Law 2020. 855-297-9696, 855-297-9696, or text us with any legal question you have at 21232. Put that right up there at the top where it says contact, 21232, or again, call us at 855-297-9696. Heath Nalos is with us. You haven't been around here for a long time. Now, he is the N in BCN. That's right. You got Boyette, Cummins, and Nalos. They have offices in Winter Park, Claremont, Lakeland, a brand new office in the Villages on Highway 466. You don't have to go through a gate. And I tell you what, they have 11 great attorneys, and so they're just about every discipline they can help you with. But one of the things that Heath has been on here before talking about is insurance claims, defending you on insurance claims, helping you negotiate your way with your insurance company, and things like sinkholes. Hail damage. Boy, we've had some of that this summer. And your plate's probably pretty full right now, buddy. Welcome back.
It's great to be here again today. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody, all the veterans for July 4th. I'm honored by your service. We had a great weekend party at my house. We had like 50 kids there probably.
One of the things that I love talking about with the BCN Law Firm is you all are not only legal scholars, but you're so involved with the community. I mean, you guys are out there all the time.
The community is so important. I plan to be a part of the community until end of my life, probably. So that's what I get joy from, is doing community service and charity work, and that's what I enjoy doing. The law is great, but I get more fulfillment from doing community service.
I was talking to Wade the other day, and we were talking about the fact, and you reflect that, everybody under the roof of your company does, is that there's these mega law firms, 200, 300, 400, 500 associates, and yet there's the BCN Law Firm. You guys have been here for decades, and you're going to stay here. And that's what Wade really emphasized. He says, we're not going anywhere.
We're here forever. And we're local. I had 2 clients call me last week from like 14 years ago.
Really?
And they showed my lobby. They even calling, actually. And I sat there for a second. I recognized their names. I remembered the clients. And we took them right in and helped them out. So that means a lot to me, really. Mm-hmm. They come back to me.
Couple of things to think about. One of the things, I was so glad to hear you were going to be on the show this week, because I was thinking about the fact that we have been 10 years, 11 years since the last hurricane spree. You know, we had 4 in 1 year in 2004, so you people haven't been here that long. But the one thing that he was talking about, I don't know, maybe a year ago on here, was the fact that when was the last time you all reviewed your homeowner's insurance to see all the coverages you may or may not need? And are you covered completely with the increase in home value, Heath? A lot of these people got their insurance policies 4 years ago. Their houses are worth 20% more now, but are they insured for that?
Probably not. You need to review your policies, or call us to help you out too, but call your insurance agent, review the policies. When I first started practicing law almost 20 years ago, I did a lot of hurricane claims. I mean, we had marina claims, we had all kinds of yacht claims, but now last 10 years it's been pretty quiet.
Well, it's been quiet, but this year we've had a phenomenon we haven't had in a few years, and that is I've heard more on News 96.5 when I'm listening to the weather about hail. Now, where does hail come in when it comes to insurance?
Hail is, we had one in my house, actually, and I had to move my daughter's car in the garage and clear the garage out, and I got hit by golf-size hail.
Ouch.
The whole time. And then my beach chair flew off my dock, and I had to go swim in the lake and get it back in there, which is not fun at time. But hail, when you have a hail claim, hail can damage your roof. And you need to get your roof inspected by a contractor or a roofing company. It's a credited company. And if the damage is a certain percentage of the roof, you can get a new roof put on. So if you have a hail in your neighborhood, please check your roof out and get it checked out.
Now, what are for the layman that doesn't know roof construction or home construction, what are we looking for? Are we looking for maybe the gutter being full of all that little rocky and pebble stuff, or what are we looking for?
Just the shingles are damaged by about a 10% area of the shingles are damaged by enough hail. The company should put a new roof on for you. So if you have an old roof and a hail claim comes in, you should make a claim for it because the hail really destroys the roof pretty bad.
Now, again, you all have been in the area for a long time. So if my roof is damaged and I come to you and say, Heath, I may need you to help me with my insurance company here, but also can you protect me and help me find a good roofer? You may not have one or two, but maybe there's some that you're going, well, this guy's really reputable. I hear him on News 96.5. And then there's this guy that just came into town with a pickup truck, and he came in from Atlanta because he heard there was a hailstorm.
Yeah, a lot of people are storm chasers these days, and some companies, even locally, are not well liked by the insurance companies. So I deal with them every day. So I would rather you call me up and ask me for the roofing company that's a good company, that's credible, and will do a good job for you. And then if they deny the claim, then I step in and help you get the new roof.
Now, are insurance companies easily? I'm trying to see what level of a challenge this is when it comes to hail.
Well, some companies pay every claim, but right now several of them are not paying anything. Really? So your neighbors may all get new roofs, and they may deny your claim based on your company. So that's where I step in and say, no, it's not right. You got the same damage, but you can't play this game. And we challenge them in court, and then we get you a new roof.
Now, likewise, we always get these questions on the shows. And by the way, if you have a question, call it in at 855-297-9696, 855-297-9696. Legal show, you don't have to use your real name. What if there is a limb that falls on your house during one of these storms? You know, hail notwithstanding. But if it's my limb, does that make a difference when it's Luis's limb? He lives next door, and it fell into my house?
If it's your limb, you're kind of out of luck. Your neighbor's limb, you might have a claim, but it may not be worth making the claim for that. So
really?
Yeah. If it's minor damage, don't worry about it.
Oh.
But
now, how about to the car? You mentioned your daughter's car could have been sitting outside and been damaged by the hail.
Yeah.
Are the car companies or the insurance companies pretty readily available to help with that?
They are. Hail claims are kind of rare, but for example, I live in the Oakland Winter Garden area, and we've had 3 this year.
Wow.
And they were golf ball sized hailstorms. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Well, that can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And is there a statute of limitations? In other words, we have a hailstorm in late June. We don't really even think about hail damage to our roof until we hear Heath Nalos. He's on the air July 5th. I mean, is there a time is there a statute between going back to the insurance company and saying, hey?
There always is, but the best thing is to get a licensed roofer up on the roof to look at it. I would not recommend getting up there by yourself because you may hurt yourself.
Yeah, it could hurt.
Getting on the roof. So I've had a lot of clients who have done that before and gotten hurt bad. So I don't get on the roof anymore.
Okay. Is there a deductible on that?
There is. Always is.
Always is.
But if the damage is there, you get a new roof. So that's well worth the deductible.
Well, yeah, and we were talking before the show. There's a couple of win-wins there.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting a new roof. Roofs they go through a lot here in Florida over the years.
Yeah, Florida's tough on the weather, so we're tough here. So
you get a new roof. You're thinking about selling your house over the next 5 or 6 years. That's a real plus.
Yeah, and in Florida, I mean, the hailstorm we saw was like golf ball sized hail balls dropping down. I mean, I got hit in the back about 10 times to get my daughter's car in the garage, so it wasn't fun. But I've never seen anything like it. So if you had that kind of storm, then please call the insurance company or call a good roofer or call me and ask me who I recommend to send out to your house because I know a lot of good roofers. And I know the insurance industry very well. So,
and if you ever want to call the BCN law firm and get a hold of Heath Nalos, all you need to do is dial up 855-LAW 2020. Know your attorneys, know your options. 855-LAW 2020. The law is 529. So if you want to say 855-529-2020, and probably better if we get the roof inspected quickly.
Quickly, yes.
Very quickly.
You can't wait too long, otherwise you won't have a claim. So
now I know one of your other specialties is sinkholes. We haven't had many sinkholes this year. I think there was one in the Villages recently, maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
There's a big one in Pasco County last week, actually.
Really? I never heard that.
Yeah, it's a very big one. They're everywhere. And right now you're not covered that well, typically the insurance policy. So if you see settlement cracks, foundation issues, please call me and I'll give you advice what to do.
Mm-hmm. How about even if you're new to Florida, calling you and saying, okay, Heath, What do I need in my insurance policy so I may be covered?
Yeah, most people move to Florida in the villages or are in the West Coast, and they don't understand sinkholes because sinkholes are unique to Florida. A lot of our ground is built on beach sand, and then 100 yards down limestone.
Ooh.
And the water goes down, erodes the limestone, and then things happen. So we have a very unique karst landscape here.
Yeah, we do. And sometimes they can go in there and fill it with concrete real quick, and they can stop it.
Or underpin it.
And then there's times when there's big holes.
And sometimes you got to deal with the cracking.
And sometimes we get a new lake out of it. Hey, it's 12:17. You got a question for the show? Give us a buzz. You can just simply go online right now to 855-297-9696. We're asking the experts all day long, 855-297-9696. We are live. I know it's the July 4th weekend, but the BCN law firm wants you to be up to date, so they bring in folks even on a holiday weekend. 855-297-9696. Time now for three big things you need to know. Hey, welcome back. Yes, this is Law 2020, bringing the law into focus, and we're very, very honored to have with us today Heath Nalos. He is the N in Boyette, Cummins, and Nalos, BCN Law Firm. You can find these shows on the YouTube channel. That's right. Go to YouTube. Up there on the search engine line, just put in BCN Law Channel. BCN Law Channel, and you'll find all kinds of shows on there by topic. All right, if you want to call the law firm, it's 855-LAW-2020, 855-529-2020. Opening the segment, I'd like to say that there's an awful lot of history behind the BCN law firm. These aren't a bunch of Johnny-come-latelys that thought, oh, we'll come to Orlando and build a law firm because there's a lot of people there. No, you all have been around here a long time, and that means a shout-out to some of those.
We have my father-in-law, Norman Cummins, has been here for almost 40 years in Lake County. And I also want, in honor of 4th of July, to talk about my grandfather, Calvin. Mm-hmm. He was not only was in the tip of the spear of the Battle of the Bulge, he was probably one of the first Americans to cross the Rhine River under a bridge the Nazis couldn't blow up. It's a train bridge, and they couldn't blow it up, and he led his platoon across there 4 times and got a Bronze Star and secured the bridge and was one of the least the first probably Americans across the Rhine River in World War II. So he's still alive and held it on, so barely. We love him, and thank you, Cal.
Wow, way to go. And talking about Mr. Cummins, you know, I first moved to Lake County, and this says something about the BCN law firm. I moved to Lake County in 78, and one of the first names you heard was Cummins. I mean, these were among the pioneers. That's back when, folks, this is back when it was all oranges in Central Florida. And the airport was just being built from an Air Force base to OIA. But there were people like Mr. Cummins who really helped lay the land, and they know the courts, and they know the judges. And we were talking to Wade a few weeks ago, and I was talking about the fact that when you get a law firm that's been around for a while, you guys know the nuances of the law. I mean, we wouldn't have appellate courts if all courts were the same. So you got to know your local court system.
He knows. Now I do too, but he knows every judges before they became judges.
Yeah,
he's been around so long, and he's a brilliant real estate attorney. And a funny story about him for 4th of July, after his parents died back in he was in high school, which is unfortunate.
Wow.
And the local sheriff said, "You need to join the military." So he joined the Army, and the Army said either make like $60 a week in the Army, or you make 140 being a parachutist.
Oh boy!
So he joined the parachute. He's a parachutist.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! I never knew that about him.
Yeah.
But it goes back to knowing all the nuances of Florida law. That's one thing, but also knowing the way the courts in this area interpret the law. And so you may think, boy, back in Eldon, Missouri, I'd have been ostracized for this. There are different courts and different ways of looking at things, and knowing the South.
And most of the judges have known. My wife's attorney with the firm here for 20 years. We've been here. We know the judges. We know the local landscape. We know everybody here. Doesn't mean you get a better ruling that way, but we know how to get things done. Well,
I think, too, doesn't that help, too, when it comes to settlements? I mean, you've got somebody over here that you guys probably know, and they're in a dispute with Luis, the photographer, and pretty soon you put them both together in a mediation and say, guys, we can work this out. We all live in the same area.
we're the biggest law firm in Lake County now, and we also work in Orange counties and Osceola and Seminole. But the judges know me by now. I've been practicing so long now that they know us and they know we're not going anywhere. So it does help out in settlements.
And so you're dealing with insurance. We had Brian Monk. Brian deals a lot in criminal law and family law, which I get a kick out of because sometimes those two meet.
They meet very often, actually. So.
On unfortunate weekends like this. And then, of course, you've got Melissa, who is out on family leave right now. But Melissa is dealing a lot with your final issues, your probate and your wills and all that sort of thing. Wade Boyette does the same thing, also helping in real estate law. And I guess all of you together just make for one great firm.
We have a full-service firm, so it makes it a lot easier for our clients to have one firm to come to for life. So you don't have to shop around and find new attorneys. We have somebody who can handle almost anything for you. And even in the estate and trust planning, it's a great relief to get that done. People put it off, but just come see us. We get it done quickly, and it's done. You put in your little safe, and it's in our safe too.
Yeah,
and you feel better. You sleep better at night because it's over with.
What about those people that may be listening to us right now, and they're thinking, well, I don't really have anything. Why do I need a will? You know what? I got a house. I got a car. I got, a few collectibles around the house. But people need to make plans for all that, don't they?
Yeah, do you want the administrative judge to decide who gets your assets? It's better to have your own will. It's a simple will. It's very cheap. And we can set up very, very, very quickly for you to send it to who you want to send it to.
Hey, we're down to 1 minute in this segment. We want to invite you to make the call at 855-297-9696. If you have a legal question of any kind, just give us a buzz at 855-297-9696. You could always text us if you'd like. You can text us at 21232. That's 21232. Let me give you the contact information. Again, the BCN, that's Boyette, Cummins, and Nalos, BCN Law Firm, Winter Park, Claremont, Lakeland, and a brand new office in the Villages in the Santa Fe Office Plaza on Highway 466. So if you live up north of Orlando and you're wondering about finding a good attorney, getting them on your side first, know your attorneys, know your options, 855-529-2020, 855-529-2020, 855-LAW-2020. We'll be back. Hey, we're back. Yes, it's called Law 2020. It's brought your way by the really great people at the BCN Law Firm. That is Boyette, Cummins, and Nalos. Offices again, Winter Park, Claremont, Lakeland, the Villages. And the telephone number is 855-LAW-2020, 855-529-2020. Let's go to Alice. She's been holding in Orlando for quite a while. Alice, welcome to the show.
Hi there. I got a legal question. This is on behalf of my sister. We both live in a mobile home park, and last month my sister pays lot rent by money order. Apparently, they, along with some other lot rents for the month of June, have been apparently a grand theft. They were stolen. And there was a police report, and my sister was notified by the office that she needed to hand over another month's lot rent. Well, she had proof of the money order stub. She showed it to the office, and then this past Monday, she was presented with another notice of needing to pay that June's lot rent, and I need to know what she needs to do because this is the third time she's been approached by the office, and it's getting me upset and very angry, and I'd like to know what she can do to kind of take care of the situation.
Well, I need to get you to talk to my real estate attorneys to find the answer to this one. It's kind of complicated.
Yeah, okay.
If you can call my office on Monday morning
All right.
and ask for me, and my name is Heath,
Okay.
I'll make sure we get right back to you.
Okay, great.
And any information you get to us at that time, like any faxes, any paperwork you have, please send it over to us.
Yeah, she's got the. I saw it just a couple of days ago. She's got the paperwork of the money order. She did an investigation with where she got it from, and she's got paperwork on that, and the copy of the Orlando, the police report too for the theft of her money orders. It wasn't only hers, but also there were other tenants here that had theirs stolen as well. So it was a pretty good stolen amount of money from last month's lot rent. I was glad it wasn't mine because I use a personal check, but there were some personal checks in this community park that were also stolen. and apparently hers was cashed in by some place because they were able to trace her money order, and it was kind of altered because she has a copy of that front and back. So but the office is still persisting that they want that June's lot rent from her, and I don't think that's right because she did pay them, and it was their responsibility to take care of that. So I'd just like to know what steps she needs to take to kind of get this,
We'll be glad to give her a free consultation. It's a little complicated to do over the air, though. This sounds very difficult to do over the air. So have her call us on Monday morning, and we'll talk to her and get the information and try to process it for you.
Okay, Alice, here's the number that they'll want to call, 855-529-2020. That's 855-529-2020 or 352-394-2103, 352-394-2103. Off-the-air question came in, and the gentleman was asking producer Nick, he was saying, how do you break a will in Florida? And I know that's not a whole lot of information.
Not much information, but you can challenge a will if it is done when the person writing the will is not senile, doesn't have the capacity to change the will. So if he's healthy and that's okay, but if he's mentally challenged at that point, or let's say it's cancer of the brain and he can't really, then you can challenge the will. And if, a lot of people change the will last minute. And it's just last-minute changes that get challenged by the heirs.
Let me ask you this, too. Interesting conversation I had with Melissa a couple of weeks ago. And that was, what if somebody, the wife and the husband are sitting there, there's been a little change in the nuance of the family, let's say, and they decide, you know what we're going to do? We're going to change a couple of portions of the will. And she says, Harold, get your pen, get out that will from our little box over there, and just write in the margin that Luis is not going to be heir to our camera collection anymore.
Bad idea.
Can't do that, can you?
No, you need to see an attorney and change the whole will. And what I do advise, too, is if you're going to not leave out certain family members, have a talk with them before you deceased.
Really?
Have that talk and get it out in the open, just because otherwise it causes more problems and hardships. And just be honest with them and say, this is why I'm doing this, and just put it on the table in front of everybody.
One of the things, too, that I don't think people think about is if you're going to be putting together a will,
which you have to do. Everybody's going to die.
I guess so, yeah.
Eventually. Hopefully a long time for me. I'm trying to hold on. So
pretty common thing among people.
But,
you're going to die.
And people push it off until too late. But get it over with now and do it, and get your will, get your trust package together, get your medical power of attorney, get that done, and your life gets easier when it's done, at least.
Yeah. The other thing that I was thinking of, though, is I know we've got the end of the life, we got the health surrogate, we got who's going to get this, we're funded our trust, hopefully, with the stuff. But then where is the provision, Heath, of who's going to be responsible to, let's say, that John Smith dies, and John Smith's kids are up north, all right? But there's somebody has got to be assigned here, or maybe to fly down from up north at somebody's cost, to make sure the house is all right, to pay the electric bill, to make sure that when the ambulance broke down the door to get, so-and-so out of the house, that somebody secured the door.
Or if me and my wife go on vacation and die, then there's going to be a lot of life insurance for my kids come in place. But you need life insurance. Please, if you have kids, get life insurance, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Then who's responsible for it, though? If you don't set that up now, then it could be anybody. Mm-hmm. And we all have diverse families.
Oh, God, yes.
And there's some family members of mine or my wife's that we wouldn't want to have access to a bunch of life insurance. So you've got to plan that stuff now, and it's not hard to do. It's very cheap to do, but just think about it. But if you have children, and please get life insurance. I can help you find a good agent if you need one, but you have to have it.
But I mean, is that another part of the legal document of
definitely
not only the life insurance, but who's going to take care of the cat until the cat's given to somebody?
But who's going to take care of the whole thing too?
Who takes care of the house? Who takes care of the car?
Yeah, who's in charge of it all? Because if me and my wife passed away, I have 3 kids, 2, 13, and 16.
Yeah, and you can't wait a week. It's right then.
It's right there. So someone's got to be in charge of it all.
Yeah, I mean, the minute you go to the hospital, you're incapacitated.
If we have
from that moment on, somebody's got to be in charge.
We have a car accident, then someone's got to be in charge. So So you need those documents, and they're very affordable, and you need them to get done now just for peace of mind. But a lot of people are scared to see a lawyer. You shouldn't be. We're just like everybody else.
I mentioned to, I think the first conversation I had was with you on this, but a couple of years ago, and that was, wouldn't it be a lot smarter if sometime this week, without any legal need at all, that somebody came to your office and just said, I want to be put on the roster. I want to be part of your law firm. I want to know if I get a ticket, if something happens to me, if somebody gives me a summons, I've got your card in my wallet and say, these are my attorneys.
I guarantee if you come by my office, someone will meet you, talk with you, give you the card, and say hi. Because, I see my clients at Publix every weekend.
Yeah.
For almost 20 years now. So someone come back to me for 20 years ago and still come back to see me. Mm-hmm. So I'm part of the community. I want to be part of the community, and so I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So just come say hi to me, and I'll be glad to talk to you about anything.
Know your attorney. Know your options.
Even just a 10-minute conversation and a little handshake and just say hi, and come back to me if you need me. But certain things, hopefully, you never need me for, like insurance stuff. But wills, we all need that. That's pretty basic. It's kind of covering yourself. Life insurance, get that done. Sinkholes, hailstorms, personal injury, hopefully not. But if you need me, I'm here.
All right. And let's go back to that 855-LAW-2020, 855-LAW-2020. If you trying to figure that out, law is 529-529. Personal injury. That has become a real big deal in Florida over the past few years. We became the staged accident capital of the world, so our rates went up sky high. And but it's not all about the money on these billboards, is it? It's about getting it done right.
Get it done the right way. I used to, I don't think I told you this before, I used to investigate the staged accidents.
Really?
For State Farm and Allstate and other carriers. And I'd go in there, and it's a lot of it going on. It's the PIP claims. Mm-hmm. And they would have an accident. I forward 6 guys in a car, and a van would pick them up and bring them to a clinic, and they get $10,000 a piece of PIP coverage. So I did that for several years until I got too. It was frustrating, so I got out of it and started my own firm. So I don't believe in fraudulent claims. They're out there though, and you just gotta be careful. So.
Well, let's go over some of those nuances while we're at it. It's a busy traffic weekend. Somebody has an accident, God forbid, today or maybe yesterday. How long do they have to do what?
They've got really 14 days to get medical treatment to get the PIP coverage, which you pay for. It's the biggest part of your policy. So the important thing, if you get into an accident, get treatment right away. Second thing is review your policy. See what you're paying for. Because a lot of people have bad policies, and if they get into an accident, they're out of luck.
Now, when you say go, the 14-day thing, we get a lot of questions about.
Yeah.
If you go to a doctor within 14 days, does he have to cure you, or does he just have to do the diagnosis?
He's got a diagnosis and note you have pain.
Okay. And, Nick, do we have a text, sir?
Yeah, we do have a text, and you can text your question to the number 21232. First text up, do you work in Polk County?
Yes, we do.
That was pretty much it. All right, thank you, Nick.
We have an office in Lakeland, and Brian Monk lives in Polk County, one of our attorneys.
Oh, great.
And he meets clients there on a regular basis.
And you have a satellite in Sebring, too, right?
Somewhere? We do, down in Sebring, too.
All right, and the brand new office is in the Villages, and that's not for just the Villages. There's a little misnomer going around up there since I live there. And the law office is to serve Ocala, Weirsdale, Leesburg, Tavares, you name it. That whole area can be covered by that office, and you don't have to go through a gate to get there. That's another misnomer about where the office is. 466 in the Santa Fe office building between Highway 441 and 301. You can't miss it.
Yeah, we had an office in Leesburg for many years.
Yeah.
And then we shut that down to kind of get things together down in Claremont, and now we're back in the Villages now. So Mr. Cummins has been in Leesburg for forever.
I was going to say, goodness gracious.
Yes.
Forever, ever. All right. Again, we're taking your calls right now at 855-297-9696, no matter what area of law. And the other thing is, if you call in, you don't have to use your real name. You can just call us at 855-297-9696, 855-297-9696. Another thing that I know that you help people with is at the law firm, we'll get back and talk about it a little bit, is a lot of people are starting their own small businesses now. They got to have some legal representation to know what to do and how to do it. But we'll talk about that when we come back. And again, you want to join the conversation, text us at 21232 or call us 855-297-9696. Yeah, it's called Law 2020, and it's brought to you by the BCN Law Firm. Here's 3 big things you need to know. Hey, we're back. Yeah, it's a lightning round right here for Law 2020. The BCN Law Firm, Law 2020. Know your attorneys. Know your options. Law 2020. That's right. Hey, let's go to the phones. David in Orlando, you're on the air with Heath Nalos. Go ahead.
Great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My mother is 86 years of age with Alzheimer's and recently was put into a assisted care facility. I am power of attorney. I'm managing all of her affairs. She does have 2 children, myself and a sister, but she's never also completed a will. She's hand-drawn wills but never completed them because they were an emotional topic for her. My question is, do the hand-drawn wills carry any weight?
They may, depending on what the will looks like. I can't tell you exactly until I see it.
What does that mean when they look like?
I need to read the will first, look to see what she puts in the hand-drawn will. As power of attorney, we can redo a will for her and make it official.
You're saying I can redo a will?
Yes.
Now, how would I go about doing that?
Just call our office up and we'll help you out. Because if she already has Alzheimer's, now you're power of attorney, so now you can come back in after the fact and we can look at the hand-drawn will and get you a new will, which is probably going to be a little better for your family.
Okay, I mean, I'm planning on being equitable and splitting. If there's anything left over, let's say she passes on before all of her money runs out, and of course I'll split everything 50-50 between me and my sister. That's what I was planning on doing. I didn't know if I had to do anything more than that.
Was the power of attorney done when she was still pre-Alzheimer's?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. What?
Was the power of attorney done before she had Alzheimer's?
Yes.
Okay.
Power of attorney is legal and valid.
Okay, then I would call her also Monday and have my estate planning department talk to you about it.
Okay, great.
I think we can handle this for you, but hand-drawn wills are not the best thing. If we can get a new will together, you as power of attorney can sign off on it. It'd be much easier for your family.
Excellent. I appreciate that very much.
And our price is very low, too. It doesn't cost much to do this.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, very good. 855-LAW-2020. That's 855-529-2020. How do people kick things out of the probate court?
It's tough usually. Mm-hmm. Most things get probated, but you can keep certain things out of the probate court by asset pertaining. And my partner, Wade Boyett's great at that. So call our office up ahead of time, and don't wait until you're 80 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it when you're in your 40s and start the planning then.
And one of the things that you've taught us over the years is, if you're new to the show, probate doesn't happen the next day.
Probate takes forever. even my parents had a house over in for my late grandmother. We had a cell over there in Pinellas County. Mm-hmm. It took 8 months to get that approved.
Is that right?
Yeah, a nightmare.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We were calling every day too. I mean, it just takes forever. So the best thing you do is keep things out of probate if you can, but certain things have to be there. So.
And it costs money, right?
It costs money, but time is the factor too. So.
Yeah. All right. And again, if you heard that last segment and you, let's see, we got Phil out of Sanford. Phil, are you holding on? Do we have him yet, Nick?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Go ahead, Phil.
I have a large hospital bill that I'm going to work out a payment plan with. It's a local hospital. I need to know if they set the minimum payment or do I set the minimum payment?
You need to go down there in person and talk to the people in charge there and negotiate with them.
Okay. I didn't know if I had to abide by what they said or...
It's all negotiable, but if you go in person, you get much better results.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
And on a payment plan like that to a hospital, does that affect your credit?
It may, but may not. If you work out a plan with them, it should not affect the credit. Mm-hmm. But it's very common for hospitals to have a huge bill and the patient doesn't have the money to pay it. And if you do it by the telephone or if you ask their lawyer to do it, it doesn't get done. But you walk down there, sit down in person, explain your circumstances to them. It's hard for the guy at the other side of the table to say no to you.
Okay.
And
is that the business office or where do you get that done?
Yeah, the CFO.
Oh, okay.
At the hospital, and they have people in charge of that. But I always tell my clients, even though my local hospital, for example, I'm friends with the president.
That helps.
But my clients have a better luck just going down there personally and explaining the hardships. Because you have a $20,000 hospital bill and you have no income coming in, then they're happy to get anything out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you've been sick, so you're not exactly making money, I wouldn't think.
But
Okay, well, the calls are clear, and that leads us down to our last about 3 minutes. What's on your mind?
just everybody have a safe end of the July 4th weekend. We had a great time with the family and friends this weekend. Any questions on any legal issue, please call us up. We have 11 attorneys, and we can handle almost anything. And we're just very happy that everybody's doing well this weekend.
All right, and don't forget, if you'd like to watch the shows, they are taped for the YouTube, and you can go to the YouTube channel called BCN Law. That is BCN Law Channel, right there on YouTube. And, of course, we always invite you to know your attorney and know your options at 855-529-2020, 855-529-2020. I want to thank you so much for coming by and being with us. Been a long time.
Great seeing you, and I'll be here soon.
All right, and don't forget, offices throughout the area. There are offices in Winter Park, offices in Claremont, as well as Lakeland, the Villages, a satellite office down in Sebring, and previous caller asked about Polk County. Yes, all of Central Florida. So they're always available to you. Make the phone call, make an appointment. They're not going to charge you an arm and a leg. Just make an appointment and to go in and get to know them at 855-LAW-2020. There's another number in Claremont that is 352-394-2103. We want to thank Nick for pressing all the right buttons at all the right times. And stand by for the financial gurus. They're coming up next.